Hey everyone, welcome to today's show. Are you ready to dive into this beautiful yet crazy world? Clearly, Meizhen was worried someone might get hurt due to her. Asking about nearby injuries, Dongzheng lied, saying he hurt himself playing soccer with a soccer star. When Meizhen relaxed instantly, replying with the 11th sentence, as if she already guessed that they were flirting too much. Dongzheng grew cautious, like a detective watching sky and vehicles, yet overlooked the ground. So she turned while riding her bike, and this time she got seriously hurt talk about doing some bike stunt. But she counted the chats, completing the second rule, over 10 could be dangerous. Luckily she had gear. This time she only sprained her neck and still didn't miss the 20th of the month because it's Meizhen's travel day. She hopped onto a long-distance bus, completing her circle like merry-go-round. What a bus adventure. As long as she sat in the last row, the distance between them would exceed 10 meters. Just as she expected, nothing happened until the bus. However, when an old man appeared, Meizhen not only gave up a seat but also instantly shortened the distance between them. Talk about love at first sight. Clearly, Dongzheng was being too optimistic because rush hour hit and the bus got stuck. Time was ticking away like it was playing a prank on him. Just then, the sky started flashing, and Dongzheng felt a chill, sensing that something big was about to happen, just like a chase scene in Tom and right next to him was a steel pipe truck, which seemed to always follow him no matter the traffic flow. What a constant guardian. Dongzheng seemed to foresee his doom as the time crept past 9 minutes. Talk about sitting on pins and needles. He was so desperate that he rushed to the other side of the bus to escape. Talk about a survival game. To his surprise, nearby passengers tried to stop him, creating a scene resembling a soccer match, so funny yet awkward. He managed to leap out the window, only to realize it had been 10 minutes now. Escaping was way too late, like a rabbit chased by time. Just then, a gust of wind blew his hat away, and everyone suddenly saw his face. He totally stole the spotlight, including Meizhen, but she suddenly opened the window and called out his name, sounding like she was witnessing a grand drama. Dongzheng never imagined that the person he had a crush on would call his name for the first time in such a terrifying moment. It made his heart race. He thought to himself, if he had any hope before, now he was absolutely a seriously injured patient. What a dramatic twist. As he gazed at the lightning streaking across the sky, a bold decision suddenly surged within him to take the risk. Perhaps in this way he might save himself and also alleviate some of Meizhen's suffering and torment. Meizhen seemed to read his mind, suddenly calling out his full name, making Dongzheng shiver. She was practically a fortune teller. Seeing the storm, he thought to himself that he wouldn't die but might lose some skin, but as a science guy, he knew the stats all too well. Knowing that getting struck by lightning was definitely more likely on the bridge than below, he jumped off like a true warrior. Just as he jumped down, lightning struck a street lamp, as if throwing him a wild party. Thankfully, he was quickly rescued from the water. Looks like today's adventure went somewhat smoothly. Watching all this unfold from the bridge, Meizhen pieced together their moments like she was writing a novel. She remembered feeling a warm gaze at a funeral, recognizing Dongzheng's shadow. What a flashback. Little did he know, she unconsciously saw his name every time while eating, deepening her impression of him. However, because of the distance, she never caught a glimpse of Dongzheng's true face. It was like knowing a distant lord. Not until he dropped out did a classmate give her a graduation album, unveiling Dongzheng's face. After 10 years, Dongzheng suddenly revered her so much, sending chills down her spine. This was straight out of a horror movie. He reached out to Meizhen's friends and mentor for assistance in overcoming his difficulties. Truly a SOS expert extraordinaire. The only reason was that Meizhen suddenly knew his name, making him a bit suspicious. It felt like they were acting in a play. The result showed men shouldn't be too narcissistic. Meizhen only liked one person. Her love was complicated. That person was Lai Yizong, who collapsed and foamed at the mouth after confessing. Talk about a real-life farce. Upon hearing this, Dongzheng jumped off his hospital bed. It turns out he had seen this guy while visiting victims. In other words, he violated the witch 4 rules but didn't die on the spot. What a lucky bad boy. Prerequisite of those 4 deadly rules was that the guy had to like Meizhen, but Yizong scoffed, saying he wouldn't confess. What shocked Dongzheng even more was that his foaming at the mouth had nothing to do with Meizhen. He had epilepsy since childhood. That day, he simply forgot to take his meds, and Dongzheng's world collapsed. It turned out breaking the curse was so simple. Only the one she loves can break the law. What a law of love. His plan was simple. If she just loved him, he could break the curse. It was like the destination of love. But Dongzheng wasn't foolish. He knew confessing alone wasn't enough. He needed a solid plan. First, he took down all the photos from the wall and tossed out unnecessary books. He was on a cleaning mission. He left only the books translated by Meizhen and even inserted bookmarks to surprise her with an elaborate gift preparation. Then, he messaged a friend for support, gearing up for an agent mission to steer things in his favor. He wrote "Illuminate you" on Meizhen's window. What a romantic guiding hand. Then, he boldly walked down the hallway of Meizhen's building with his suitcase, ready to knock on her door. Let the love adventure begin.